Hi, good morning. Welcome to my final review ever. Final architectural crits review ever. If you're new here, hi, my name is Julia. I'm a fourth-year architecture student at the University of Edinburgh. This is kind of a follow-up video, kind of a part 2, essentially just following up on everything I started but didn't finish in my most recent vlog, which was just a week in my life as an architecture student. This is kind of the final chapter that, all my study vlogs from this semester kind of have led up to this point, which is the final crit. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, when you study architecture, essentially you have this presentation towards the end of a semester, which is called crits or reviews, or it's essentially where you present your work from the semester, the building that you've been designing, and then you have your tutors and then external people come in and critique your work, criticize it, say what's wrong with it. So that is quite stressful, quite overwhelming. Because it's the last one, I'm also so conscious and aware that this is my last time ever doing this. It's almost exciting. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about this recently. This is the second time I'm essentially doing it this semester because you have a midterm review and a final review. So already documented my midterm review, and that one was a rough one for me. That final week leading up to it was so difficult for me emotionally. I was I was going through it. We'll see where I'm at in 3 days when this is actually happening, but I feel like I know what I'm doing more. Yeah, but we will see where we're at in a few days' time. Another difficulty, another difference with this review compared to the last one is that my review's on a Monday. So essentially all of our university workshop areas are closed over the weekend. So today, on a Friday, is the last time I'll be able to access the model making studio. So I need to finish my models today, or the vast majority of it. I can only really do final touches that I can do, with all the big machines. Yeah, I have to do all that today. So that's a tiny bit of pressure, but then I'll have the whole weekend to essentially finish my drawings, which is the bulk of the work I have to do. I've been pretty much model making all week, if, again, you've seen my most recent video. What else? I'm mentally preparing to pretty much spend the next 3 days non-stop working in studio. It probably won't be a fun weekend, but it will be a very necessary one to kind of progress my work and get it to a state that it needs to be for finals. These are my finals. This is what finals looks like in architecture. It's not my submission yet, but this is the final push, it feels like. Coming prepared. I brought some coffee sachets, I've packed my lunch, and essentially this weekend will be if I have a craving, if I want a snack, if I want food of any kind, I'm getting it for myself, because anything to get me to do the work non-stop for the next few days, basically. I know it'll be a rough one, but it'll be okay. I'm also a little bit excited. It's always fun to present your work. It's stressful. It's always stressful, but it's kind of fun to see it all come together in one cohesive narrative. And I think my main thing for this semester, my main hope for this semester was to produce work that I'm happy with, that I like the look of. So that was a big priority for me this semester, is to, when producing my work, I'm at least trying to get some of my own personal style seen in it. I want to be happy with the work I'm producing more than anything. So that's something I've been trying really hard to do. I've tried to implement things in the actual final product that I'm happy with. And I think in some ways I've achieved that, and I'm quite excited to see the final product. I'm really hoping that I do everything off my to-do list. We had our final tutorial yesterday before the final review, and it was stressful. It was good, but it was stressful. And I made a big to-do list for this weekend after that, and the to-do list is a very long one, and I've also thought of a few extra things that I need to add onto it. So there's a lot of work to do, but I think if I organize myself, if I do the tasks assigned for each day that I'm supposed to do, hopefully I can keep on track. Yeah, that's the whole expand on my to-do list, and somehow we'll get through this weekend. Good morning. I'm so tired. I literally cannot do this anymore. I've got so much left to do. I'm feeling a bit refreshed this morning though, because I went to the gym, had a nice shower. Yeah, I'm just trying to maintain some sort of regularity dispersed in all the work because it's so tiring, and just going to the gym makes me feel so good after. I felt like I needed a bit of a refresh because I know the next 2-3 days are going to be quite intense. Yeah, I'm so tired. I stayed till midnight last night, and I'm not gonna lie, today's probably going to be an even longer day just because I would rather push myself tonight, do a lot today so that tomorrow I just have like final touches and I don't have to stay very late tomorrow, or at least that's the hope. I don't know how it'll work out. It might be the case that I have so much left to do tomorrow that won't be the case, but yeah, I don't think I've said, but I'm very relieved that my review is on the first day. It's like semi early on. It's definitely not the first, but like early enough that I am excited to get it over and done with. And I don't think an additional day of stress will help me, to be honest. I'd rather just like work through it now, have it over and done with on Monday, which will be the case. I feel like when I was looking at my to-do list, it didn't seem like I did that much, but I promise I did. It's just a lot of the things that I was in the middle of doing. Like I'm working on them simultaneously. I'm working on the plan, the elevation, and the section basically all simultaneously. Like they kind of work off each other. So I'm hesitant to print one off when the other's not ready yet, just in case something changes and then like the whole drawing changes. I've been working on all three essentially simultaneously, and today is hopefully the day that I finish at least one of them, if not all of them. And then once those are printed, I can check off 3 whole items on the to-do list, or at least that's the hope. I've made significant progress with my model, which my nails were so disgusting. I literally had to like use them today because I knew I wouldn't have time tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and they were just bad. That's the beauty of model making, working with your hands. I just, yeah, needed it quite badly. And the model's not like 100% finished. There's still final touches to add on to it, but the vast majority of like the intricate, tiny work is finished. I am also trying to remind myself that this is the last time I'm doing this, and to kind of savor it, as much as it's not very fun to stay up quite late into the night to do all this work. There is kind of a wholesome part of it with people on your degree. Like architecture is such a cool degree for the connections you make. That's one of my favorite parts, I think, of this degree, is the sort of bond we have within our groups, within our units. It's such a team effort, even though we're all working on our individual projects. Like everyone's so supportive and helpful. And you're kind of in it together. You bounce ideas off of one another. Yeah, it's something I didn't really know about going into architecture, but it has definitely been one of my favorite aspects of the degree. Just having like a joint studio space, working together, having little snack breaks, going to Tesco late into the evening, or having little stretching breaks in the middle of the night. It's just very wholesome, and I know in a week's time or in 2 weeks' time when this is finished, I mean, don't get me wrong, I will still have my portfolio to do. I will still have a lot of work to do, but this is like my final review. So I know further down the line, I'll be looking back at this time period thinking like, I really wish I could go back, because this kind of doesn't matter. Like you're not really graded on it. Yes, you get feedback. Yes, you have to show your work, but like it matters because there's a lot of pressure around it to present well, but like in the grand scheme of things, this is not what you're graded on. So if like it's fine. So I know for sure I'll be looking back at this time period in the future, romanticizing it, missing it, because that has happened in the past. Wearing my comfy outfit for today, I think I'm just prioritizing comfort, literally buying myself any food, any snacks, anything I need to get me through the day and the night. I think today will be a little bit more boring for you because I'll primarily be doing drawing on my laptop. But I think I'll be a little bit of model making, and hopefully if I'm finished with my drawings, I'll be able to print them off and whip out my watercolor set, which has been my favorite thing this semester. Good morning. Just a quick little catch up before I get ready to leave. I'm running very late, so I'm finishing getting ready as we speak. It has been such a busy time, and I feel like I'm not doing enough, even though I feel like I'm working 24/7 as well. It's a rough time. I stayed till like 4 a.m. last night, which is not ideal, but my hope is that because I was able to do quite a lot last night before I left, hopefully I won't have to stay in as late today. That also meant that I was just not in good form this morning, so I still woke up semi-early. And I just worked from home, worked from bed, finished my plan drawing. That's my plan finished, my elevation finished, and section like almost finished. I'll do like a very, very, very simple section. Acing off the elevation so that can be easily done. I'm just running off to studio now again. I'm hoping that if I spend like an hour or so photoshopping the final touches onto my plan drawing, I'll be able to go to print. Printing is such a hassle. It takes such a long time. Yeah, if you've seen my midterm reviews one, you will have seen that I was very stressed with the printing room. So my hope is to get some of the printing done now, so that if things don't go well, I don't have to stress about like some other things in the middle of the night at 5 a.m. essentially, which is again what happened last time. My general approach and plan is to kind of hopefully get as much of the top priority essential stuff done now, so that when it comes to tonight or the actual printing, it won't be as stressful. I'm also trying to remind myself it's fine if I don't finish everything. Like my to-do list does not seem like it's getting crossed off very quickly. That's just because I've been doing some of the most time-intensive things, I think. The elevation drawing I was doing literally took me around 10 hours. But then the plan, I literally finished this morning in like an hour or two. Probably because I already had like a rough idea from last week. So I just had to edit it a bit. But yeah, even though I'm not feeling as stressed as I definitely was around midterms, I know that my body's very much in like fight or flight mode because I'm breaking out so much. I'm just like I've not been sleeping enough, definitely not been eating healthy. It's the final push. It's tonight and then I'm presenting tomorrow, and I'm not too worried about the presentation itself. Once I have my stuff ready, I think I'll be all good. Yeah, I think that is me ready to go. I also need to think about my outfit for tomorrow because it's the biggest deal of my final review ever. I need to dress appropriately for that. It's a big deal. It's exciting. I think that's why I'm putting so much pressure on myself, because I know it's the final one and it's the last time I'll ever do this. I'm not planning on doing this ever again. So it'll be the last one. Honestly, regardless of how it goes, a reason to celebrate in and of itself. So ready for this to be over.
Who's to know what happens when the world ends? At least this is an okay bar for running into you. It's an awful house, and I wanted to get you out. I'm working on a plan right now to come through. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down. Oh, nothing feels the same without you now. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down, 'cause nothing feels the same without you now. What's the point in dreaming if I lose my voice? The second I get caught by you, I wanted you to know that I'm afraid, but we can make a